Hey guys, welcome back to Lavender Polish. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do this pastel white smoke gradient. I've seen this basic design done a lot, but with a black background and rainbow smoke, so I thought it would be kind of interesting if I inverted the colors and made it a little bit softer. So here's how I did that. I'm starting off as usual with a white base. I'm using LA Girls Striking at the moment. It was a pretty good bottle when I first bought it, but it's been really breaking down in quality recently. As you can see, it's pretty streaky and patchy and isn't really self-leveling that well, but at the same time I'm being super stubborn and trying not to let myself buy a new bottle of any white polish until I'm fully done with this one, because you know, it's expensive to be testing out new products. You're going to be seeing her for a while, but please let me know if you have any good recommendations down below. Anyways, we're now going to get started with a vertical gradient using Holo Taco's What Do You Pink and Double Duchess's Lavender Macaron. Macaron? I'm not actually sure. Anyways, a vertical gradient, as I'm sure you know, is just a regular gradient except that the blend line is vertical instead of horizontal. So I'm going ahead and applying those two colors onto the sponge right next to each other, overlapping slightly in the middle to create a much nicer blend. And then I'm just going to dab it gently on my nail, making sure to move up and down that top line gently. As these are both pretty light and pastel colors, it did take me quite a few coats to build up, but for pastel shades they did actually go quite nicely and I found myself being really impressed with them. I would recommend both of these polishes for gradienting. Now I was a little bit stupid here and I forgot to apply liquid latex around my cuticles, so now I'm just going in with a Q-tip dipped in some acetone just to clean up the big mess that I made, because I was not thinking straight when I did these nails. I was very distracted by how pretty the colors were. Let's go with that excuse. Now, this is the part that I was really proud of. I'm taking Holo Taco's Cosmic Unicorn Skin and Aurora Unicorn Skin, one of which is a pink-based iridescent flaky and the other one of which is a purple-based iridescent flaky. So we get this really cool sort of gradient of the flakes on my nails. As you can see, I'm taking Cosmic, painting it down over the pink, and then just swiping it a little bit over the blend line so that I can start to create this sort of fake gradient look. And I'm doing the same thing with Aurora, putting it down over the purple and then just gently pushing it over on top of the pink to make sure the colors blend nicely and create this really cool effect that I was so excited for. This was the main inspiration behind this entire design, which is finding a way to make this look even better. Now this part is very important. Make sure that you seal this in with a nice thick coat of glossy top coat. I'm using one by Sally Hansen at the moment. You need to do this step in this design because we're going to be working with acrylic paints and they just won't stick to regular nail polish, but they'll stick to a top coat. Okay, next up I want you to go ahead and find any sort of cup or bowl that you have that you're willing to possibly ruin. I'm using one that's attached to my Twinkle Tea Glamour Mat. So just go ahead and add a little bit of water and some acrylic paint. I'm using a white one in this case. Now I wish that I had some actual measurements or ratios for you, but honestly I just sort of add in an amount that feels right to me and mix it together until it is a nice opaque kind of cloudy mixture. Then I'm taking a flat brush from Twinkle Tea and dipping it right on into the acrylic mixture so that it's nice and heavy with the solution. Now this is the fun part. You just get to go back to your nail and kind of dab it around in any sort of pattern or shape that you want. I'm going for a general kind of smoky, cloudy look, so lines across the nail is where I'm at. Then dab off your brush so that it doesn't have any other liquid in it and stick it right back on top of the liquid, and the acrylic paint and water will sort of absorb back up into the brush and leave behind this colored stain. It didn't do it too well in this first try here, but you'll see in a second how it's supposed to look. So once you've done that, you pretty much just rinse and repeat over and over again until you're feeling happy with how the design looks. So as you can see, I'm going across the bottom of my nail now, just adding in a nice little cloud. And then of course drying off the brush on a paper towel and absorbing the water back up into the brush so that we have a nice, gorgeous little stain left behind. Now you can actually be done here if you want, but I actually wanted to go a little bit more in depth and add some extra layering. So I put more dollars of paint inside the cloud that I already created, and I went ahead and drained those as well. So now we have this sort of clouds on top of clouds look. So now we find that the smoke has a little bit more depth to it and looks a little bit more 3D. I'm going to go ahead and start speeding things up here because like I said, you really just rinse and repeat. You put on the water, you take off the water, do it again and again and again. So I'm going to just tune out and let you guys see what's happening. Okay, at this point I was pretty happy with the main body of the design. I just went in with some more white and just added little bits of extra smoke around the edges and sort of combining the two main shapes to make it look less like they were just randomly splattered on and more like they were part of this, you know, as I've just been repeating over and over again this whole video, a kind of misty, smoky vibe. This is really one of those designs that just has no rhyme or reason to it. I can't really give you too many instructions because you just sort of go until it feels right, figure out what works best for you, and go until you're happy. When you're feeling done, you go ahead and add a nice glossy top coat to make that acrylic paint turn much less matte and much more glossy, and I think it really brings the whole design together. Guys, I was so excited with how this turned out. I think that the smoke looks so cool against the pastel background, and I love, love, love how the iridescent flakies blend so well together against the gradient. This is why I'm really excited that Holo Taco has all these different kinds of unicorn skins, because it means that you can do super fun stuff like this and have a different topper for every color in the rainbow. Also, sorry that my cuticles are so grown out in these clips. I know it looks a little bit gross and patchy. I actually took these videos like a week after I did the design itself, so they're looking a little funky and I apologize for that. But anyways, as always, I would really like to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Please let me know down below if you like this, if you'd want to try it out yourself. And, you know, as usual, if you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you want to give it a like and maybe consider subscribing so you can see more content just like this. Alright, have a good one, guys. Bye!